Other complementary fishing tools such as bait knives, hook pliers, cast nets, and much more. If diving and snorkeling are your passions and hobby, then look no further for equipment. We carry a large assortment of masks, snorkels, fins, BCD vests, bodysuits, dive watches with reputable brands such as Cressy, Mattis, Tilos, and others. When you need to repair your fiberglass boat or Yamaha outboard motor, we offer the right materials and replacement parts to get the job done. Visit us at Lion Street opposite Maya Island Air or give us a call at 226-3370. And remember that for land and sea, Captain Sharks is the place to be.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Welcome to Spice Pharmacy and Cosmetics, your pharmacy with a little bit of everything. From proteins and natural multivitamins by Alpha Products to keep you on track for that perfect fitness goal. Cosmetics, we got it too. From Revlon, L'Oreal, and Maybelline to give you that perfect, beautiful skin. Check out our Forensi products for all hair types to give you that beautiful bouncing hair that you've always wanted. Take care of your skin with our Fruit of the Earth products and also our brand new baby aisle for all babies that you guys would love. We got you while you enjoy your Belizean vacation. Spice Pharmacy and Cosmetics, located on Pescador Drive, San Pedro, and Burgess Key. Telephone 206-2227. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday and most holidays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Visit us at Spice Pharmacy and Cosmetics.
Someplace South Coffee Bar serves you delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with your favorite drinks, cocktails, and 2-for-1 on mimosas all day long. Friday nights are steak nights at Someplace South, offering surf and turf, filet mignon, and USDA ribeye. Accompany your meals with our California wines made by Belizean winemaker Joseph Smith. For reservations, call us at 628-5373 or email us at someplacesouthcafebar@yahoo.com. We are located on the South Road, half a mile past the Victoria House. Our entertainment for Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays include Coconut Trio, Dennis Wolf, and Valentino. When in San Pedro, Someplace South is a must.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp, and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
Are you ready?
I want to do.
Hurricane Preparedness 2025.
Real Island Safety. Join us every Mondays and Tuesdays on Reef TV for Are You Ready? Hurricane Preparedness 2025.
Get between Belize City, Keycocker, and San Pedro on a ferry faster than anyone else with Caribbean Sprinter. You better Belize it. Get with us online at sprinter.bz.
Welcome back to another episode of Are You Ready? Hurricane Preparedness 2025. Today with me sharing the couch is a special member of the San Pedro NEMO EOC, Mr. Pete Davis. Mr. Pete, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So, Mr. Pete, we're here today to simply educate, to bring awareness, and to sensitize the public. And your role in the San Pedro EOC is the chairperson for the Special Needs and Disability Committee. You also have a very important role as being a member of BTIA, and you're also a member of the San Pedro Rotary Club. Can you share with us, the residents of San Pedro, Keycocker, and abroad, what is your roles and responsibility to this committee for the NEMO San Pedro EOC?
Well, I think the most important part to start off with is identifying and locating the people that need the problem, so that when the incident happens, we're ready. Once it happens, you don't have time to go out and try, hopefully find those people and get them back. And we need to have a way to educate them and to get the information out so they know how to get back in touch with us. I was envisioned that we'd have volunteers and we'd divide the city up into areas, and they're going to be responsible for their people, and they're going to be checking with them to see if their condition remains the same and if they're staying there. And then as things progress, our actions progress. You're starting with just advisors and what to get. Even before that, you're starting with telling them who we are and what they can do, and you're helping them with things like a hurricane kit. You're looking to see if somebody needs some special medication that has to go with them. And then when the issue kicks off, when NEMO says, this is a warning, the hurricane's really coming to us, then we're going to start giving them advice as to what's going to happen. When it gets to a Cat 1 or a strong Cat 1, then we're looking at taking them to shelters. And so in advance, we would have already made arrangements, so we've got vehicles to carry them to the shelters on land. And as the hurricane progresses in strength, then our strategy changes what we're going to do, all the way, so if it gets to a really strong hurricane, we're going to have people shipped off take to the mainland to shelters there. And there is an MOU, the mayor has an MOU with Tropic to send people out, and the people who are disabled will take priority. And I just want to say, too, that the disabled, most people think it's someone with a mobility problem or cognitive problems. It includes people who are aged, and it includes people that are infirm, anyone who's not able to really take care of themselves completely. They need our help. They need to know that we're going to be there to help them out.
Thank you, Mr. Pete, and well said. And although this committee was the last of the 15 committees, the last of the 15 committees to be established at the national level, it's a committee that we take priority to because of the demographic of those with special needs and disability. And as Mr. Pete rightfully said, it's not just those that we see with sensitive or cognitive or mobility issues. It's a broad spectrum when you're talking about special needs and disability. So, Mr. Pete, can you explain to us of the recent activities when it comes to the meetings that was held and the future meetings that's going to be held in establishing an island database entry for those with special needs and disability?
Well, obviously, the first meeting is set up on raising interest so that people are supported. I think we have that interest. It's going to be a multi-agency, multi-organization. Rotary is right now very much in favor and participating in it. We've got to build the teams. We've got to build a telephone tree. And then we have to get out and actually see the people and see how they live, see where they live, and have them so they're comfortable talking back to us to explain their situation, and they're comfortable with us helping them when the hurricane arrives. It's going to be it's going to take a while to get everything finessed because it's brand new, but I think once the volunteers go through the process, we do a little train up on them, I think it's going to really be of a benefit to the community.
Thank you, Mr. Pete. And also when it comes to, covering, activating family emergency plans, as we spoke about earlier, that everyone ought to have a responsibility for their family emergency plans. But for this demographic of people that will actually need our help, we do have in place transportation for them. We do have St. John Paul Youth Center, where we thank the Catholic Church that they give us that support, where we use that center to as a shelter for those with special needs and disability during activation for a hurricane. And where we know that they gather their essential resources, and whether that is their medication, whether that is their assistive devices. But we have ways to go. And we have ways to go with ensuring that we're engaging in better communication. For example, like sign language. We know that most advisors comes out and it's just in English or in Spanish, but we must, and that is in preparation right now. That is something that we are working on right now as a Special Needs and Disability Committee to establish the first cohort of San Pedro and Keycocker to learn sign language, especially for shelter wardens and especially for those volunteers and first responders that are at the shelter, whether they're police, whether they're Coast Guards, to learn sign language so that they can better communicate with those that won't be able to speak. Can you tell us of the critical operations, Mr. Pete, that you could think of in the pre and during hurricane preparation?
Way pre, obviously. Again, it's finding people. I think we need to get out to the population centers, schools, churches, so forth, and let people know the program exists. And we need to get out the data sheets for people to fill out so we can understand they've got this condition, they need these medications, they've got these special devices they need to bring, and then educate those people of what will happen when we come to pick them up. And also you got to overcome some fear so that people do the right thing. They want to go to the shelter rather than try to stay and protect the little goods that they have. And then once it happens, we've got to work to get the transportation that we already have, the ambulance and so forth, to help them find the people at the residence and bring them back to the shelters or later to take them and fly them out of here if it comes to that point.
Like we said, it's all about education, it's all about sensitization and bringing awareness to our beloved residents of San Pedro and Keycocker and beyond, whoever would like to help as well too. Our approach to this is doing surveys, getting the accurate information, being able to assess, monitor, and track pre, during, and post-hurricane activation, and to assist those with special needs as best as possible. Again, this, when speaking of special needs and disability, it's a broad spectrum. You're right, Mr. Pete. Most of the time, we tend to think of those with just sensitive, cognitory, and physical, but it goes beyond that. So we would like to ask the public and engage the public and implore them to kindly engage with us, give us your support. I know the Town Council has always been assisting us using their Town Council Facebook page as a website to ask for information to be sent in, to try to collect information for us. And so we would like to establish a survey system. We'd like to engage people that will help us collect these information, and we would like to start a database island entry system, and that would eventually be done at the national level and integrated into a national plan. So, Mr. Pete, is there anything you'd like to advise those with special needs and disability during the hurricane season and post-hurricane season?
The biggest issue is just preparation. Be ready for it. Look out for yourself first before you look out for your possessions. Let us help you to set up your hurricane kits. And if your status changes, you got to let us know.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Pete, and thank you for sharing with us the couch today and discussing disaster preparedness for those with special needs and disability. Again, a fairly new committee, just established a couple years ago, but one that we're giving our heart and soul into making it priority for our residents of San Pedro, Key Cocker, and the entire Belize Rural South. And we are hoping that this will be a pilot project that can be adopted at the national level. Thank you so much, Mr. Pete, for joining us and sharing your insights and your input and your key volunteerism in the San Pedro EOC. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Caribbean Sprinter. We're honored to be your water transportation choice in Belize. Caribbean Sprinter is the fastest, most reliable water transport in the country. Our ferries are equipped with everything you'll need for your island hopping adventures, local transport, and vacation needs. We're proud to have the most advanced ticketing and reservation system in the country. We offer multiple sailings daily between Belize City, Key Cocker, and San Pedro. Our checked luggage tracking system allows you to rest at ease and enjoy the beautiful views during your journey. We take pride in maintaining and servicing our vessels to make sure we're always on time and ready for your next trip. Once again, thank you for choosing Caribbean Sprinter and welcome aboard. We look forward to your next voyage with us.
Welcome back to Are You Ready? Hurricane Preparedness 2025. Today joining me on the couch speaking on disaster preparedness is Ms. Jania Duarte, who is a counselor at the San Pedro Town Council. She plays a vital role in the San Pedro NEMO EOC, which is our Emergency Operations Center, as being a chairperson with the portfolio for special needs and disability. Counselor, thank you for joining me today and bringing awareness, education, and sensitization to our residents of San Pedro, Key Cocker, and beyond on your roles and responsibility to this special committee. Welcome, Counselor Jania.
Thank you, Vanessa, for the invite, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to reach out to the public out there. As you mentioned, one of my portfolios is the portfolio of disabilities. One of my portfolios is disabilities at the San Pedro Town Council, and in the EOC also we have the Disabilities Committee. And during a storm especially, this is when we activate. Along with Mr. Pete Davis, we have the responsibilities of, before a storm, to gather information of the people with disabilities, and we have to make sure if there is an approaching storm, we have them either taken to a shelter, which is the Pope John Paul.
The St. John Paul Youth Center.
We take them to the St. John Paul Youth Center. That is if we have a category 1 or lower. But if it's going to be anything more stronger than a category 1, we advise you to just leave the island. We haven't had a storm for so many years, and right now with climate change and all of that, we don't know what to expect. And we see regular storms turn into these mega little hurricane. It seem like hurricanes. So our advice is once it's anything above two or above, just leave the island. So after this, we place them there, and if anything, if they have to leave, we take priority with the special needs people, and then they are taken off the island flown out to Belize City, and then from there they're transported to the UB gymnasium in Belwapan. And then after the storm and everything, there has to be an assessment of the island, of homes, of health, everything, and then until all clear is given, then if the island is able to, that is when we would assist to bring them back home.
And it's also, Councillor Jana is also responsible to execute evacuation and transportation operations. If we do house in shelter here on the island, to have a monitor those shelters continuously and ensure that their conditions are up to par, ensure that she maintains communication with the Relief and Supplies Committee to pre-position things that we know this Special Needs and Disability Committee may need, especially for those that needs assistive devices, especially for those who needs medications. We also have great help from the San Pedro Polyclinic for that. We have help from the 2 island ambulances here, both RRR and IES. We do have help from them transporting these people to shelters out here. And Counselor, I think one of the best advices that we can give to, especially for this demographic, is, to advise and keep advising that the only official advisory comes from NEMO, because the last thing we want to do is create chaos and confusion and panic. But you are right. If there is going to be a approaching hurricane coming, and it's going to be above 2 category hurricane, that is when we take priority in evacuating and giving priority to the Special Needs and Disability Committee, which will be met at Belize District, at Belize City. When sent to Belize City, will be met there and will be safely transported to a shelter at the mainland. So when it comes to the post disaster too, we have to wait for the official declaration of an all clear from National NEMO. And you have to coordinate with the town council, which they do a really good job of clearing and trying to establish utilities and conditions. And then we have to also engage our search and rescue team. That is very important. So all of this goes into post-disaster when talking about special needs and disability. One important factor to this too is actually the damage assessment needs analysis that must be done by Councillor Jania and her team to take assessment, to take monitor and to track the people that we will need to bring back, or if we need to arrange temporary housing for them through the Human Development Office. So all of this is coordination done within the San Pedro NEMO EOC. And so again, this is Councillor Jania sharing with us all the preparation that goes into pre, during, and post-hurricane season, and the roles and the key responsibilities that they have for the Special Needs and Disability Committee. Councillor, would you like to share anything else? Impart any advice to the public?
Have your family plan. Be prepared and listen to the official NEMO. Sometimes we like to listen to, the little gossip around, and, we get people scared. So it's stick to official news. And then also, we live on an island, and then when we see a storm coming, if we wait to the last minute, it's impossible to get off this island. So especially for people with special needs, I'd say, prepare as soon as you see a storm coming. We cannot predict the exact path of a hurricane, but, you can see the wind, the surge and stuff, and those things are enough to have us prepare and decide that if we have a strong place to sheltering here, and I think it's best for us to just leave the island, especially with people with disabilities.
Counselor, you touched on a very important topic, talking about family emergency planning and the vulnerability. And yes, we are surrounded by the sea, which makes us very vulnerable. It's not like we can pack up people on buses, right, and just send them off the island as quickly as possible. It takes a coordination of transport and evacuation using the boats, using planes, and then too, as you said, we have to track because Mother Nature is unpredictable. We can have a storm that is coming very slowly and builds up traction, and then the next thing we have limited time to evacuate the island as well. So again, for the hurricane season, we ask that people put their family emergency plans in place, contact your family and loved ones on the mainland, and even beyond that, have someone know exactly what your plans are, have a check-in system, coordinate with family and friends, and actually we ask you to partake with us in this survey that we're doing. And because I know one of your new projects, Counselor, that you're working on, along with Mr. Davis for the special needs and disability, is creating an island database entry for people with special needs and disability. And you want to do it as an interagency collaboration. And I know you've had meeting with Rotary Club and engaging them in helping and when it comes to monitoring, assessing, and tracking, and creating phone trees to check in on people. And so the oversight committee and the task force that you want to create will be a special priority needs for this hurricane season, and that one that we hoped that will be a pilot project then can be adopted at the national level so that the entire Belize can have a national database entry for those with special needs and disability. Counselor, again, this is all about bringing awareness, education, and sensitization. That is our main goal here. Is there any last advice you'd like to impart?
The only advice I can give is be prepared, and people with special needs, we just have to be at least a week ahead, because it's more we need special how to move them, ambulances and stuff like that. So all I say is just be prepared, and let's hope for a safe hurricane season to end.
We're gonna knock wood on that one, Councillor Jania. Thank you, Councillor Jania. You're gonna see Councillor Jania and her team out there ready, willing to assist, collecting informations, conducting surveys. And until we see you next time for another educational episode of Are You Ready? Hurricane Preparedness 2025. Have a good day.
Welcome to Zyva Beauty, style and beauty, all in one place. Your one-stop shop for all things fabulous. Discover a stunning collection of makeup palettes, trendy accessories, sunglasses, adorable purses for adults and kids, mommy and daughter dresses, luscious lip glosses, glamorous eyelashes, and so much more. Hey gorgeous, walk in or book your appointment today and let us help you unleash your inner beauty. We offer expert beauty services such as powder brows, lash lifts, lash extensions, lip micropigmentation, and rejuvenating facials. Find us on Pescador Drive next to Caramba Restaurant. Call 605-9256 or message us on Facebook. Zyva Beauty.
Pampered Paws, your pet experts. Calm, confident canines. We offer daycare and boarding services with playtime and multiple beach park walks designed to have your dogs socialize and fulfilled. Pickups and drop-offs available. Grooming. Complete grooming services include bath, trim, nail, and ear cleaning. Results that will take your breath away. We also do house calls. Beach Power Walks, a 2-mile structured park walk designed to mentally and physically stimulate your companion. Don't forget our hands-on professional dog training services to make your dog a better behaved pet. Check out our full line of pet supplies. Pampered Paws, your pet experts. Calm, confident canines.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
Welcome to Captain Shark's Club Car Service Center, your authorized club car distributor for the country of Belize. Here, we offer the opportunity to own a brand new club car, golf car with club cars reputable factory warranty, or the option of owning a used